The sun had barely risen over the wide Montana plains when Jack Carter, a rugged, lonely rancher in his 40s, stepped out onto his porch. The cool morning wind brushed across his weathered face as he gazed at the horizon. The same horizon he looked at every morning for 10 long years, ever since he lost his wife, Emily. They said she died in a river accident, her body never found, swept away by a flash flood while crossing a wooden bridge near their old cabin. For years, Jack searched. He posted flyers, hired trackers, prayed in empty chapels. But after 2 years, hope turned to ashes. Now all he had left were his cattle, a silent ranch, and an old golden locket he wore around his neck. Inside it, a faded photo of Emily, smiling on their wedding day. That morning, as he saddled his horse to check the northern fence line, his old ranch hand, Bill, rode up fast. "Boss," he called out panting, "you better come quick. 2 little girls showed up by the gate. They look lost." Jack frowned. "Kids out here?" Bill nodded, said they walked all night, and they keep asking for their daddy. Jack's brows furrowed. "Who?" Bill swallowed. "You." Jack spurred his horse and rode fast toward the front gate. There, standing by the dusty road, were 2 little girls, maybe 8 or 9 years old. Their clothes were torn, faces covered in dust, and one of them clutched a small, ragged teddy bear. When they saw him, both ran forward. "Daddy," they cried in unison, tears streaming down their cheeks. Jack froze. The words hit him like a thunderclap. What did you just say?" he stammered. "You're our daddy," the smaller girl said, holding out the teddy bear. "Mama said you'd come for us if we ever got lost." Jack dismounted slowly, his heart pounding so hard it hurt. He knelt down in front of them. "Sweethearts, what's your mama's name?" Both girls smiled softly. "Emily." Jack's breath caught in his throat. The world seemed to stop. He stared at the 2 faces, their eyes, those green eyes exactly like Emily's. The same dimpled cheeks, the same tiny scar near the chin she'd always laughed about. Where is your mama?" he asked, voice trembling. The older twin, Ella, looked down. "She's sick. We came to find help. We were at the cabin near the woods, but Mama told us to come here if she got worse." Jack's chest tightened. The cabin near the woods, their old honeymoon cabin. Without another word, he picked both girls up and rode fast toward the cabin. When he arrived, he saw smoke rising weakly from the chimney. He jumped off the horse, ran to the door and kicked it open. And there, lying weakly on a rough bed, was Emily. Her hair was longer, streaked with silver now, her face pale but unmistakable. She looked up, eyes widening. "Jack," she whispered. Jack dropped to his knees beside her, tears spilling freely. "Emily, my God, I thought you were dead." She smiled weakly. "I thought you moved on. I tried to get back, but I was hurt. A kind family found me downstream. I lost my memory for years. Then when I remembered, I was too scared you'd hate me." "Hate you?" Jack choked. "I loved you every single day." The twins clung to their mother's arms. "Mama, he found us. Daddy found us." Jack laughed and cried at the same time. He held them all close, Emily and the girls, in the same arms that once buried his hope. After a long silence, he whispered, "You're home now, all of you." Weeks passed. Emily slowly recovered with Jack's care. The twins, Ella and Lily, brought life back to the ranch, laughter in the halls, little boots by the door, giggles echoing through the barns. One evening, as the sun set over the golden fields, Emily walked up to Jack on the porch. "You never stopped wearing it," she said softly, touching the locket on his chest. He smiled. "Never, because you were never gone." She kissed him gently, tears of joy glistening in her eyes. "We've come home, Jack, for good this time." And as the wind whispered through the plains, the widowed rancher, once broken and alone, finally found his family again. The stars rose that night, brighter than they'd ever been. And for the first time in 10 long years, The Carter Ranch was full of life, laughter, and love once more.